Lying will get you promotions. Lying will get you money. Lying will get you best relationships. We all know that you have to be a psychopath in order to be on top of your game. So today we will be breaking down some of the traits that you have to possess or develop in order to become the best version of yourself. So stay tuned and you will get the answers that you have always been searching for.
When it comes to the likelihood of having a psychopath in your life, the odds are not in your favor. According to Dr. Paul Bobiak, 1 in every 100 people is likely to have psychopathic traits, and the probability is even higher as you go up in the office food chain, where you'll find 1 among every 25 managers and executives. The real reasons behind psychopathy are usually narrowed down to genetic factors. Yes, many criminals are psychopaths, but the majority of psychopaths are not involved in criminal acts at all.
So as I told previously, psychopathy determines in a way the level of success that you might get in your life. We want to get there, so what should we have to do? Of course, to become a psychopath, and the answers are here.
Here are 10 key traits of psychopaths. 1. Lack of empathy. A psychopath simply cannot feel what everyone else feels. They understand your feelings, but they don't feel them. Even if you're crying your heart out over the death of a loved one, they'll show compassion only to please you, not out of true emotional empathy.
Why should we try to understand others? It's better to care about ourselves. Building bonds only drags you down. Others are only a dead weight on our shoulders that we have to shake off in order to crank that engine up to the top. The only moments that we should show some kind of a compassion is when it suits us, right? And for that, you have to make calculated decisions in order to determine the outcome, the net profit that you will be gaining. Is it worth it? Then go for it. Is it not? Turn your face to the other side.
2. Manipulativeness. Always knowing the right strings to pull and the right buttons to push, psychopaths use deception to cheat others into thinking, believing, or acting in certain ways. They only focus on personal gains with no concern whatsoever for how others feel.
So because we don't build bonds with people because of them being dead weights on our shoulders, we have to manage them in some way so that they can run our errands, so that they can do our bidding. And to do that, we have a perfect solution: emotional manipulation. And that's kind of a prerequisite for acquiring power. This is how we do when we want to achieve something. Power is the ability to influence our own life in the exact certain direction that we wish for. And you know how people are susceptible for emotional triggers, especially now. Manipulation couldn't be easier as we have these emotionally sensitive snowflake generations coming up. Want to manipulate someone? Push the emotional buttons. They will love you and hate your enemy, making them perfect allies for your mission.
3. Irresponsibility. Impulsive behavior and irresponsibility is their lifestyle. A psychopath would never admit to their mistakes. In fact, they turn the tables against whoever accuses them of anything so that the accuser would think again and even feel guilty about their complaints.
Do not ever apologize. Try to make everything in order to avoid taking responsibility over things that you might have done in a way that could jeopardize your agenda. Always deflect the attention. Blame others, because if you do take their responsibility and admit your wrongdoings, you will be pressed and squashed immediately. It's only then you will realize how empathy and compassion is just hogwash, and people don't believe in the words they utter from their own mouths. There is no mercy in the game of winning. Don't be naive and act carefully. Act proactively so that you don't get caught in the heat of moment.
4. Narcissism. Psychopaths usually view themselves as smarter, more powerful, and of more worth than everyone else. They have an extravagant, almost theatrical self-perception, thinking that the world revolves around just themselves.
I mean, if you are going for the top, of course you should think that you are the best, strongest, smartest out there. What's the point otherwise? And just for that, I have a video about how to become a perfect narcissist, and I will link to it at the end of this video, so stay tuned. Also, if you are not getting the best for yourself, then you should take a seat, because success is not for you. The best way to get to the top is to bounce off on others' heads. Keep that one in mind.
5. Pathological lying. Psychopaths tend to lie, and lie even more. Their lives are spiderwebs of lies. This ranges from moderate levels to high levels of lying.
Lying keeps you alive. This is a survival mechanism of ours. And as you become an astute student of psychopathy, you should know that your toolbox of lies have to become ever so colorful and enticing and believable, and do not care about leaving trails leading to you, because you can always brush it off and blame on someone else. And you know that by the previous point. Lying will get you promotions, lying will get you money, lying will get you best relationships. You can have the cake and eat it at the same time. Do not hesitate.
6. Superficial charm. Smooth, charming, and attractive, psychopaths aren't afraid to do or say anything they like. That absence of embarrassment attracts others, as it can be misperceived as high self-confidence. The hawk-eye glares are mistaken for sexual magnetism by women.
You should always dress for success. Take care of your grooming. I'm not speaking on myself. I'm not at the master level of psychopathy. And I think I should visit a barbershop someday soon. Nevertheless, your appearance projects what you feel internally. And this is exactly what other people perceive about you. It doesn't matter in what mood you have started your day. Be always prepared to tackle your objectives by looking up to par. Slick hair, groomed beard, and neat branded costume. And for the ladies, look professional yet sexy. And for the reference point, look up the secretary uniform.
7. Lack of remorse. Psychopaths don't feel guilty for the suffering and pain they inflict on others, or for their actions in general.
As I said before, there is no way for you to empathize with others because they only drag you down. And if you are feeling remorse now, you should abandon your dreams of becoming the greatest you can be. This journey takes a lot of balls and guts. You should know this by now. So before stepping onto this path, on a journey to become a perfect psychopath, you should ask yourself,
are you a sissy?
8. Proneness to boredom. Forever bored, psychopaths have an exaggerated need for adrenaline overdose, so they're always looking for excitement and thrill.
This is why we're striving for greatness, because being mediocre is boring. We have this great opportunity for one shot, one life, and we shouldn't throw that away. This chance is golden. Make everything in your power to achieve your goals. Boredom becomes prevalent when you're sitting on your ass and not making the most of your potential. So get working.
9. Bullying. Psychopaths are usually abusive towards those that are not of much benefit to them. This could be subordinates, elderly people, children, or in most cases, animals. They like to exercise their power over other fragile beings through bullying, and they may shoot hurtful words at any time without warning.
As I said previously, manipulation through emotional triggering is a great power in your toolbox. And in this case, bullying others into submission, into making things that you desire, that you have planned for yourself, is a very important point, and you shouldn't become sensitive about shitting on others. It's your job to reach your goals. And if other people stand in your way and don't comply to your wishes, psychological warfare becomes a great opportunity to resolve that issue. Just let them know before. You either do as I wish, or you will suffer in the process.
10. Sucker for power. They have an excessive need to exercise power and control over others. In other words, they are control freaks. Everything must go the way they want it to.
What's the point of greatness if there's no power attached to it? Every door becomes accessible to you. Every social group, large followings, all of that because people admire you. And to do that, you have this perfect list to follow and develop the skills in the making of a perfect psychopath. Power is everything, and you should strive for harnessing every ounce of it. There you go, a list for you to assist you in your dream. Psychopathy is looked down upon, but subconsciously it's what people respond to. It's what gets you the results. You either do this and become successful, or you understand that this video is sarcastic and you should do the opposite of everything that I said until now. This is a pure entertainment and not meant to encourage someone to become abusive and psychopathic. Just beware that people become very frivolous with diagnosing others with psychopathy. This is wrong and shouldn't be taken as lightly. No one can determine a psychopath by a mere brief observation. And as I promised, the video about narcissism. There are some golden nuggets there I recommend highly. But for now, Hossein, out.